Hello, everybody, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. We're going to take a load from Lufkin to Dallas. I'm calling it now. We're taking a load from Lufkin to Dallas in, what is this truck? We're taking an international. How did I not know that was an international? We're taking an international. We're going to take a look at just how the truck looks. And like I said before, we got to keep it within, don't mind me moving the chair. Uh, we got to keep it within the city that we ended in. So in the last episode, we ended in Lufkin. We're gonna start there this time. Now, we'll kind of just see how this goes, and if I keep getting support on these videos, we're gonna keep making American Truck Sim videos because I love truck driving. I love it. I miss it, and I hope someday I can own my own truck because I think owning a semi would be so cool. Very expensive, but so cool. To just be like, yeah, I run my own trucking company. I work for myself, and I enjoy it. I didn't do a tug test or anything, but we're just jumping straight into it. We're driving to Dallas. Got a long, not that long, but long enough drive ahead of us. So, we're hauling some silica. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Um, so from Dallas, or from Lufkin to Dallas, we got a delivery window of Monday between 4 and 11. So today between 4 and 11. Pretty sure I've got to go this way. I don't know if this is even legal, but I'm doing it. I don't know how Texas law is. I don't know if they've got what we call Michigan turnarounds or not. I'm doing this. This thing has how much? 457,000 miles on it. That's a shit ton of miles. I know that semis can go way farther. They can get up to 1 million and beyond that. But that's honest. Think about that. Say someone drives 600 miles a day. That's more minimum probably. Sometimes I've heard 650 to. Do I take this? What is this? Oh, that's to get. Oh, that's if you miss like your exit or something. That's so weird. I've never seen anything like. What are they doing? Are they getting back on the highway? They must have. Huh. That's weird. Can somebody that's from Texas explain to me why that's a thing? Or has been to Texas? I've never seen anything like that. Um, yeah, so where was I? What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Oh, to be your own man? I don't remember what I was saying, so I'm going to go with it. To be your own man, run your own trucking company, or woman, if you are. I didn't mean to sound like I'm being one sided here. To be your own being and to drive your own truck, work for yourself, drive wherever you want instead of being told, hey, I need you to pick this up and I need you to drive from Detroit all the way to Los Angeles. And then I need you to drive from Los Angeles to Houston and then from Houston to Detroit and you're done. Along those lines. I just, I think it's so much nicer for any truck driver to be their own driver, own their own truck. And it's honestly really cool. I've met a couple of people who own their own truck. Only one of them that I actually like talked to more frequently. He's friends with my father-in-law, and he owns his own truck, and he just has someone dispatch him, and basically he just goes wherever he wants. Like he'll say, I only want to go this far. They'll find him a job, and he just puts a restriction on where he doesn't want to go. He used to have a run that he went to New York. So he'd drive out to New York and come back the next day, and he'd take the next day off, and then he'd do the same thing. He'd run to New York and back, and then he'd take the weekend off. So he had 3 days off a week, and he said he was still making really good money. So, in my opinion, I think that's, if you're happy with it, you don't need to be driving all over. It's, if it's something that you wanted to build into a large company, yeah, I could see driving nonstop and coming back home after a week or two, 3 weeks even, and taking a week or two off just to kind of reset, enjoy time with the family. But if you have a family and you're just treating it like it's a job rather than you're trying to start some massive company, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't do more. Why I would do 4 days a week. Why not? If you make good enough money and you can live off of it, why not? Come home and enjoy time with your family. But just having that luxury of, being able to make your own schedule and be your own boss, be who you want to be, that's why they do it. It's why they put all their money into buying a semi. And then they're like, hey, I do a great thing. Truck drivers are awesome. They'd give up a lot. A lot of truck drivers give up a lot. So they do a lot for this country by getting stuff from point A to point B, because if they didn't, guess what? Then not everybody's getting what they want. So just what they do, what truck drivers do, is simply amazing. And, we can't ever thank them enough. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people do, and we really can't thank them enough. And a lot of us take them for granted. We don't think about the fact that, there's people that do stuff every single day. There's truck drivers, nurses, the military, police officers, just everybody. They do something every single day. And you know what? There might be some bad people in them groups. But don't let that ruin it for the rest of the group. There's no point in, downplaying a whole group because a select few make it bad. So for all these people that work really, really hard to give us everything that we want, everything we need, keep us safe, thank you. Like, from deep down in, thank you. Because we couldn't do it without you. We literally wouldn't all be here if it wasn't for literally almost everybody. Everybody has a very significant job in doing, something that keeps the world just turning. So, literally everybody can receive a thank you for that. Literally. Give yourself a round of applause here. Keep my hands on the wheel. We'll get her up to speed. But, yeah, my rant's over. Let's take a look at the truck here. The sleeper's not very big. Probably should have done this while I was... What is it? Oh, there's the air suspension. Air suspension is super cool. I love it. So, the way, like, the air ride cabs, oh, you just, every little bump you hit, you're just like, but it's like you're floating on a cloud rather than like, boom, 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 boom. It's pretty cool. You still feel it. You might almost feel it more, but it's not as blunt, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you just have to try it. Driving truck is actually really fun. Like, it can be stressful, very stressful, but it's pretty cool to be like, yeah, I drive a 80,000 pound truck every day. What do you think of that? Granted, I didn't drive an 80,000 pound with, obviously with trailer and everything, because I only drove a 28 footer, but I had driven some loads that were about 24 to 26,000 pounds. Some are like really big for what we had for all of our delivery jobs. I had a lot of beef on those trailers. And it's honestly, like I said in the last video, it's super cool to feel all that weight pushing forward when you're stopping, but it's also scary because you're like, what if I don't stop? But those brakes are strong, and oh god, they are really strong. Like, normally in a car, you're pressing the pedal like, about like that. In a truck, you're like back here. You're barely pressing it. Because if you press it too hard, it's just like instant. Oh, it's really hard to like explain it, but just how much stronger those brakes are, it threw me off at first. So when I did my switcher training, it's just a one person cab, so it doesn't have like two seats in it. I was riding around with a coworker who was training me to do it, and I almost flung him through the windshield. Like, if he sees this, he's gonna be like, "Dude, I hate you for that." But it was a super fun. He's a super cool guy. It was really fun working with him for. I think we did it like almost a total of like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, with all the times that I went out and just did extra, and then they gave me a whole week of just working with him. So that was really cool to get to go out there, and he was a friend of mine that I worked with in the warehouse, and he was just a backup, and he was training me. But it was a fun story to learn the consequences of pressing the air brake too hard, and almost fling him through the windshield, at least into the windshield. But yeah, they're strong. They're really strong brakes, and it's honestly it was really fun just backing up trailers and just hanging out with him, and just enjoying the fact that I got to drive a big old truck because I love driving truck. I really do. Okay, we gotta. This was a very. Why is Texas so weird? Why are the road systems so weird? I needed to slow down there, but I'm so busy like talking, so I need to get better at that. I promise I will get better, and I will focus a little more on the driving and make it look more realistic and fun. It is also hard the fact that I haven't driven with the keyboard in a while, so I still got to get used to when I've got to hit you know, the A and D keys. I had to look because apparently I don't know by now. But it's definitely different than driving with the steering wheel. Especially after having driven an actual semi and then going to the steering wheel and then not being able to hook up the steering wheel and having to play with a keyboard. It's throwing me off. It's just throwing me off. And I don't know. I do miss driving with a steering wheel, and I miss driving semis. But this is fun. This is some fun stuff, getting to travel, see the world, and not have to worry about it being while I'm driving, or you know, not having time off to be able to go and do things, like having to work. So, what are those? What is that? Huh. You must have to pull up to the gates now, and you have to actually. I guess I'm about to find out. I haven't done this part yet. We're gonna go through the middle one. Wait for lane to clear. Oh, it's pretty clear to me. Watch me have to pay. Oh, security check. All right. I'm not carrying any illegal drugs. Thanks. Suckers. How do you think I have $5,000? It's because I'm carrying drugs in this thing. That's what you get. Should have checked better. I got them right there. Yeah, see, that's a switcher. For anyone who doesn't know what a switcher is, that's a switcher. So imagine he's standing up I'm sitting down. If I could zoom in or anything, I could. I would show you. I could drive over there, but then it becomes a pain. But imagine him standing up alongside me, inside of it, and I just, boom. He's like, oh shit. Like, just his face in that moment of time makes it. I still picture he's like, oh shit. I guess we'll be closer to this one. Switchers are they're so weird. But it's fun. It's fun. When they're in the snow, they suck. But okay, so just imagine you can kind of see in there. If I didn't have the mirror there, so you can kind of see in there where the seat is. He's standing in front of the door. I'm pointing at it, like you can see where I'm pointing. How am I gonna do this? So you basically can tell where the door. Like there's the seat. There's the door's right next to the seat. He's standing there, and I about send him through, but he grabs onto the dash. Gosh, that was a good time. I'm sure he probably didn't like it at the time, but what are you gonna do? Shouldn't have offered to train me. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it was enjoyable for him too. Alright, so this is going to be a tougher one because we got ourselves a blind side back. I keep looking because I'm so used to day cab. I can't tell where I'm at right now. That mirror is kind of... I don't have the real... I might put the realistic mirror mod on. Because these are like really zoomed out. I have to just trust my instinct here. This is where day cabs are better. Okay, we've almost got it, but... Tell you what, they didn't make it easy. Low air. Good thing I don't have the air brake simulation on. Holy, this is why they tell you to do driver side back ends and poke your head out in your face, everybody who trained me to be a delivery driver. Use the window. They always said blindside backs are better and blah blah. I'm like, no. It's literally not what the training said at all. And it's not what my experience was. My experience was all driver side backs, just like so. Take that. I win. And with that, that's the second job we've driven. I hope you guys are enjoying the scenery of Texas because I'm enjoying it. It's honestly, it's been pretty cool to see the detail they put in. It's a massive state and they put a lot of detail into it. So, I don't remember who makes the game, but you're awesome. You did a really good job, guys. It's a really great state. Montana, I still got to explore. Wyoming, I've still got to explore. The rest of it, I've explored quite a lot. Colorado is freaking gorgeous. I love it. But we'll eventually see all of it. We're going to try and see all of it. We're going to try and take awkward ways to things. We're just going to have fun with this. And try and start a trucking business and enjoy exploring. So, yeah. Don't forget to leave a like if you liked it, obviously. I'm not going to say you need to like it. But I really hope you do. And if you don't, tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what you want to see. I want to be better. So, yeah, with that being said, don't forget to subscribe. Watch all these, because why not? You already watched one of them. So, yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe and take care of yourself.